Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel Talks with Loveling, and on today's episode we'll be diving into something very interesting, something that affects most of us: anxiety. Whether it is exam pressure, social situation, or just everyday stress, anxiety can weigh us down. But the good news is that there are natural ways to manage anxiety, and I'll be walking us through some of the most effective ways. So before diving into some of the natural ways, we have to know what anxiety is first of all. I know we all know the meaning of anxiety. When one is feeling so anxious, you're not settled inside, your mind is just wobbling and going up and down. Well, you're not wrong. Anxiety is actually our body's natural way to react to stress. Like when you're stressed mentally, when you're stressed physically, even when you're stressed financially, it's your body natural way to just react to it. That's all anxiety is about. A bit of anxiety can be helpful, that is keeping us at alert, but when it becomes constant and overwhelming, that is where the problem starts coming in, and that is where time to take action should come in. Because when the anxiety is becoming so overwhelming, it can start leading to isolation. You start drawing back, going into your shell. It's one of the leading cause of lack of confidence. Yes, anxiety is part of it. It can even lead to depression over time. So when it starts becoming constant and overwhelming, that is where the problem is. So that is where you stand up and you start taking all necessary actions. So number one natural way of calming your nerves when you are anxious, that is the first thing that just comes to anybody's mind, is taking a deep breath. You just have to breathe. You just have to inhale for some seconds and then you exhale just to relax your nerves, because at that time you're feeling very anxious, your mind is going through a whole lot of things, and it's like, oh, what was happening, oh this, oh that. You just have to take a deep breath, because at that point, while being very anxious, you won't be able to think straight because your nerves are just all over the place. You won't be able to think straight. So in order to calm your nerve down, the first thing to do is to take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Take in natural air. Breathe in and breathe out. And it works a whole lot, because at that point you see that you're becoming very settled, like your mind is already relaxed, even if it's not really the solution to what's causing the anxiety. But at that point you can see that, oh, okay, I'm becoming relaxed. As you're taking the breaks, you see that your nerves are calming down, they are all calm, and that's one good natural way to calm your nerves, to bring down the anxiety level. Well, another way you can manage anxiety naturally is taking a walk, just going out, taking a stroll, just walk from this junction to this junction. I don't know, but it works a whole lot for me. And I know some people too that it works a whole lot for them. Just when everything is like too much on your head and it's overwhelming, you can just go out, just walk, receive fresh air, that night breeze or evening breeze. It's a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. God did something with this fresh air that He gave to us, because it does a whole lot, not only giving us oxygen. You see, the ability for this air to calm nerves is something that I don't think anybody can explain. So when you go for that walk, admire nature, admire things, you just walk, take your mind off what is causing you that anxiety, what's making you anxious at that moment. You take your mind off it. Then you go out, just walk, take a stroll, inhale fresh breeze, fresh air, just walk. And before you walk to a junction and walk back, you realize that you're already calm. That feeling of anxiousness has already reduced. Because I'm telling you, you won't be able to think straight, or you won't be able to achieve anything if you are anxious. If you are working under anxiety, you won't be able to do well. That particular thing you're doing, you might not be able to do it well. But when you clear your head, when you go and you calm your nerves and you come back, you just realize that suddenly you're thinking well. Like how? Suddenly, this thing that I'm not seeing, I'm seeing it. How? Just by walking out and coming back. The problem, I've seen it and I've seen the solution. How? That's what taking a stroke can do for you. It's one of the very good, most effective way of managing anxiety. Another way is taking less caffeine. Avoid caffeine, avoid coffee. People take coffee to keep them awake, to keep their eyes up, and it will not even help you. It will not help you when you start drinking coffee, because if you're struggling with anxiety and you're taking coffee to stay awake or to do what, I don't know, just staying awake all night instead of resting is causing more harm than good. I will still say this till tomorrow: don't joke with your rest time. The time you're meant to rest, you rest. The time you're meant to sleep, you sleep. Don't joke with it. Don't use that time to start thinking or overthinking or allowing your anxiety get the best of you, because you won't achieve anything from it at the end of the day. So please stop taking caffeine or coffee, or you reduce it. You reduce it. If you're someone that you can't go about your day without a cup of coffee, reduce it. Reduce your intake of caffeine, please. Another effective way to manage anxiety is choosing a good lifestyle. I mean, your eating habits, sleeping, exercise, All these contributes to helping you manage that anxiety. If you're not able to sleep well, that anxiety will be there naturally, it will just be there. But when you're able to rest, when you're able to sleep, if it comes, at least you know that you can think straight, you can think well, you can think positive. Instead of staying awake all night and lacking sleep, maybe you do only 1 hour or 2 hours of sleep in 24 hours. In 24 hours, you're only having 2 hours of sleep. It's a big contribution to your anxiety, not your sorry, to the anxiety level you're feeling. And the sooner you start taking your sleep and rest time seriously, like I said earlier, the better for you. And then eating well, eating healthy. I know most times, I know because I've studied that many people tend to eat a whole lot of junks, especially when they are anxious, especially when they are dealing with anxiety. When they are anxious, they carry food and they start eating a whole lot of thing. Maybe that one will calm them down, but honestly it does not really help. It does not really help, but because by the time you eat that junks like that for 2 weeks or a week plus, and you see that you are adding more than usual, you see that one too will now give you another cause of anxiety, because you will now start, some people will start panicking. Oh, why am I adding? Oh, why am I this? Oh, why am I adding up too much? I'm not supposed to add up too much. When you start feeling anxious like that, your only solution is still to go back to your junks and eat, and you keep adding, and you continue feeling anxious. So it does not help. It does not help. You eat healthy, you drink a lot of water. When I mean a lot of water, a whole lot of water. It does not only help in the system, like flushing the system and all, it also help in calming nerves. So drink a whole lot of water. And then exercise. Your exercise can just be walking, your exercise can be jogging, it can be skipping. You don't really need to go and start lifting weights. Just look for a rope and skip in your house. In the comfort of your home, you can just exercise. And that one self is even fun. It's just like you're playing. Just walk around the house. Look for something that while doing, you're still having fun in it as an exercise. It helps in calming your nerves, it helps in managing your anxiety. Again, not your anxiety, sorry. It helps in managing the anxiety you are feeling. Another very effective way of managing anxiety is journaling and gratitude. When I mean journaling, you take a book, some people call it diary, which is very okay. You write down your worries and all, write down your worries, and don't forget to always write down the things you are grateful for. It works for me. It works a whole lot for me, because when you go back to that book, you will just end up smiling. I'm telling you facts. When you go back to that book, you just end up smiling, and especially when you list down the things you're grateful for. Oh, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for what I got today. I got this today. I'm so grateful. I'm happy. You list them down. When you go back to it, I promise you'll be smiling. You'll be happy. Like, it gives you this peace, this relaxation. Whenever that anxiety starts coming, please take your journal immediately. Start writing down whatever is on your mind. Start writing it down. Just write them down, especially for those of us that don't find it comfortable to talk, that don't find it comfortable to talk to others or share our problems with others. Get a book, write it down. As you're writing it down, after writing it down, probably a page, you fill one page with all the things that is disturbing you in your mind, whatever it is, you write it down. You turn over to the next page. You start listing down the things you're grateful for. Start listing them down. And most times at the end of the day, you find out that the things you're grateful for is actually better, like more better than the things you're worrying about. I mean, if I can be grateful for all these things, what are these worries that probably you're worried about getting something, or being somewhere, or I'm not where I'm supposed to be, all those kind of stuffs that causes anxiety. If I can get this and I'm grateful for this, so what are these other things that I'm worried about that I can't get? If I can be grateful to God for giving me life, for bringing me thus far, for you think about all the hurdles you've crossed, you think about the little achievements you've gotten, and you jot them down, and you go back to it and you read, if I can get all these things, what's this thing I'm worried about that I can't get? I'm telling you, you just have instant peace. You have instant peace. This is like one of the most effective way. I'm not going to lie. It's like one of the most effective way to manage anxiety. Finally, finally, talk to someone. I know I've said this in like some of my videos, some of my past videos, talking to somebody, and I'll still say it. You can never go wrong in talking to somebody, especially the right person. I know many of us have this fear of being casted, fear of maybe no carry my matter, go talk outside. You get, because some people can be very unreasonable to do that. But if you have this very trusted person, like your mom, if your mom is your best friend like mine, you can talk to her about every single thing. Like you can confide in her, and you know after confiding in her, you're getting that words of encouragement. You're getting that if you're going wrong, she's ready to correct you and drag your ears back. You're getting it from her. What's stopping you from talking to her? If you find that best friend in your sister, what's stopping you from talking to your sister? If you find that best friend in maybe your classmates or your friend you just come across with, what's stopping you from talking to them? If you find that best friend in a church member, what's stopping you? If you find that best friend in your partner, what's stopping you from relating to them? Talking to someone really helps. Before it gets out of hand, before it goes into something else, you have to talk to somebody. You have to talk to somebody. Personally, I disturb my mom a whole lot with a whole lot of talks. Yes, you don't really have a choice. You have to listen to me. You just have to listen to me because I will talk. If I'm going through something, mommy, please, I need to talk. Tell her everything. My sister too. Whomever you know you're so confident with, like I can relate anything with this person. Our advice, that's literally the best thing to do at that moment. That's the best thing you will do for yourself at that moment. When you know the anxiety is already coming up and coming up and coming up, and you feel like, oh, it's like I can't do this thing, it's like I can't go here. Talk to somebody that will encourage you. Talk to somebody that will hold hands with you and pray with you. Also, let's also cultivate the habit of listening to sermons, podcasts. There are so many educative podcasts, sermons from men of God, anointed men of God. Now, when you listen to, you see your energy is being boosted, that morale is back, that anxiety you were feeling will be gone. Like you see how I did like this, it will be gone immediately. So please let's try these little things I've listed: journaling and being grateful, limits intake of caffeine, taking a walk or strolling, talking to someone, and all that. Taking a like just take a deep breath, taking a deep breath. Just try it. Once the anxiety start coming, once that feeling of anxiousness start coming, just try it. Just try it. Anyway, we've come to the end of this video. I had already answered the questions I got last month, which was April. Had answered it, and the video is on this channel. So go and watch the video and drop your opinions too. If you think I did not answer well, drop it. If you think you have anything to add or to contribute, still drop. And this ground is still open for any kind of question, like I said, whether it's related to the video or you're just asking out of curiosity, you want to know something, or you want to share your idea, or you want to say something. This ground is open to all. So I'll be doing another question and answer section too by the end of the month, the last Saturday of the month. So don't forget to drop your questions. Don't forget to drop your questions. Always ask questions. Okay. So don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, because I'm not going to stop bringing this video to you all. I'm not going to stop bringing these videos to you all. Turn on your post notifications and see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.